All right, buenos dias, clase. So, it is early, as you can see in the top left corner, 6:41 a.m. My daughter got sick, so that means you guys have a sub day. So, a couple things that you can see at the top is that I am posting this video for you to watch as instructions and examples for what we're going to do. So we got two things that we're doing today. The first thing is on page 5 of your orange packet, which is our tener versus tener K. Now, remember, tener means to have, and tener K means to have to. So, first, actually, before I go there, I want to show you what the handout looks like. So remember, this is page 5 of your packet, and it's orange. So you're definitely going to fill in the chart here, and I'll look at here a second on the PowerPoint, but this is talking about tener que, to have to, followed by another conjugated or an infinitive verb, and it wants you to write down some examples. Then it has more phrases with tener, which are also known as tener idioms, and that will be listed at the bottom of the page. So this is actually extremely short in comparison to the PowerPoint. The PowerPoint is just a really big reference for when I introduce tener to my Spanish 1 students, so we'll walk through that in a minute. Then lastly, go ahead and translate these down here at the bottom. Remember, we don't want you to use any online translators. Use the resources I'm giving you in the PowerPoint. You can ask a friend, use a dictionary, use your old notes. So this is the PowerPoint that it will lead you to. So intro to tener, tener que, and tener idiom. So here's your conjugations. So tengo, tienes, tiene, tenemos, tenéis, and tienen. 2 ways to use the verb tener. Again, this is possessive, and it's just the form of tener here, meaning ownership. So it's a conjugation of tener and then a noun. Like, you have a book. Tú tienes un libro. So it's just an object coming afterwards. Now, obligation is we're saying tener que, which is right under your chart in your packet. So it says conjugation of tener plus que plus an infinitive verb. So it says you have to read the book. So there's a difference between having a book and having to read the book. So if you look in Spanish, it's tú tienes que leer el libro. So we have to have the que, and then it's followed by an infinitive verb. So you should have definitely had that last year in Spanish 1. If that's brand new, maybe ask either one of my old students or someone else who that sounds a little bit more familiar to. So here are examples for those of you that like color coordination. So the green is the conjugation of tener, the blue is the noun, and then on the second one for obligation, the green is tener, the purple is the verb. Okay, and then que is our connector that doesn't really translate. So it says, I have a dog, yo tengo un perro, they have homework, ellos tienen tarea. Versus I have to walk the dog and I have to do the homework. We put in verbs. Tengo que pasear, tienen que hacer la tarea. So here, this one's not too much of a practice, obligation, or possession. If you want to go through, it was just speaking for you to decide. If this was put in Spanish, would it be possession or obligation? And you don't have to fill this in. This was just practice from last year. Same thing with these. If you want the practice, you can do it, because I'm sure we'll take a short quiz over this at some point. But then all the way down, it has tener idioms, which is what you're going to need for your packet. So it says Quizlet list of tener and tener idioms. I'm hoping this takes you... Does it let you? No. Okay. Never mind. I will put a link here in Canvas with tener idioms. I will link those. So use the tener idioms here, which is the tener idioms are referring to this page right here. More phrases with tener. So tener hambre is to be hungry, okay? And all of these, it will tell you what they are in that list that I'll give you. So then make sure you fill this out. The second thing that you have is your reading with tener handout, leer con tener. It says identify the uses of tener, tener que. Answer the following questions. If you're done, you can turn it into the tray, or you can just hold on to it. So this is actually the back side of the handout that I gave you on Monday when we started doing those STEM changer reviews on the board. So this is the back side of that paper. So find your most recent paper. It's on the back side. So it has 3 steps. Find 2 colors of pens, highlighters, or colored pencils. And if you don't have those, then you can just use a pencil. It says use 1 mark or color for tener and the second for tener que, So if you notice right here with tiene, I underlined it. And then over here with tienen que, I bolded it, okay? I don't know how to get that. Go away. Oh, my word. Me trying to use this iPad. No, stop. Go away. Okay, never mind. It's just going to hang out there. Oh my word. Am I getting that old that I don't know technology? Okay, so basically it just wants you to read and then mark the sentences to say, okay, this is using just tener, this sentence used tener que. And you have a couple little things in here like no le gusta that tells you what it means, or una merienda here in parentheses. But then it says answer the following questions according to what you read. I actually do want you to answer them in English because I want you to show me that you can understand the Spanish. So it doesn't have to be complete sentences. You can just answer those. So make sure that you read it well. I would say you are more than welcome to do this in partners. I actually want you guys to practice saying this out loud and reading it. So you can get with a partner if you want. And I want one person, you can take turns reading every other sentence. You can take turns reading a paragraph and then switching off and then answer the questions. Again, if you get done with this, fantastic. You can turn it in. If not, you can hold on to it. Okay, but either way, it is something I want you to finish for the next time I see you, which again might be a little bit because on my reminders down here is that I have a doctor's appointment for my daughter on Friday, so I won't be there, and then Monday's e-learning. So check Canvas like any other day, and I'll have lessons and instructions. So I might not see you guys for a little bit, but so far we've been doing pretty good on our STEM changer quizzes, which I'm really happy with. So if you have questions, please feel free to reach out. I should be able to reach my email periodically throughout the day. All right, adios, chicos.